We live.
Live. Oh, today was a big woyoy.
A big warrior. It was a saucy morning. Sauced up harder than some players.
Man.
We got
And
ISO'd this morning.
in Australia and New Zealand, we wake up to the news. We wake up and my Woj and Shams Twitter feed is off. Man, the DMR got nerfed in Call of Duty as well. A lot of news today. Had to throw that in there.
It's so funny because you're tucked in bed while while all this stuff is happening. We're getting all this news. I'm like, man, you're gonna wake up to just like this tsunami of information.
Yeah, man. I woke up and I had. Oh, do your intro.
Welcome to the Locked Up Podcast, episode 38. This is Assam. I finally pointed to the right direction. I am Ali. And go on. What were you saying?
Scrub, man. I woke up to the morning, my phone, a million notifications. But the first thing I read is a friend of ours saying to me, "You're not going to like this morning. You're going to have a bad morning." And I just knew right away, Harden's been traded, hasn't he?
Yeah. Harden has been traded to the Nets. It's a 4-team trade. The others are kind of pointless. I think the only one I want to point out that I think could be pretty fun is Oladipo is going to the Rockets for Levert. Levert got bounced around a couple of times today.
So I don't understand that as well. I don't know what they're up to, but low-key, I'd rather Levert than Oladipo. Sorry to say it, Ali. Like as a youngin though, like a young talent, you know what I mean? Not like a win now situation, right? Long term.
I guess he pairs up. I mean, for the Pacers, yeah. I mean, for the Pacers, for the Rockets, yeah. Oladipo is very nice addition. Mm-hmm. But let's get to the cream of the crop, ladies and gentlemen. Timestamps might be in description depending on how many topics we touch on today. Subscribe, like, comment. Let us know your thoughts on this blockbuster trade. James Harden.
I wore this jersey for a reason, man. My two guys.
2 boys are gone.
And now, oh no! I just want you to know, Ali. Take a look. Adidas, brother. This is 2015. This is Curry's MVP season. When I went, Harden should be MVP. I went out, bought this jersey, and the next day he dropped 50 that game. I'm a Harden fan.
This is when his mohawk was very defined.
Yes, sir. Howard was on the team.
Yeah,
I'm a Harden fan, and I am very sad to see my two men have to leave and get bounced around, all because of the Kang. Man, the Kang spanked the Rockets so hard they actually sent the trade. Damn.
He dismantled them. Dismantled the Houston Rockets, and he played extra hard against the Rockets. By the way, if there's a human being right now who thinks there's like Michael Jordan is better than LeBron, or any player is better than LeBron, or any human is better than him at the game of basketball, you stupid. I'm gonna go ahead and say,
man, all I gotta say is that if we see the Nets in the finals with KD, Kyrie, and Harden, Jordan ain't faced no team like that. And if LeBron beats them, it's a wrap, dog. I don't want to hear no more chat. It's a wrap. I don't want to hear no more chat. That's over.
His 5th as well. That'd be number 5. So what are your thoughts on this whole trade?
Well, at first, I had anxiety because I was like, okay, Harden's traded, but who for? I had to
who for?
What happened? What changed? Who did they lose? Who did they gain? And then it was like a 4-team trade or something. And then, like you said, Levert ended up in the Pacers and Oladipo ended up in the Rockets. Anyway,
Cavs got a whole bunch of big men.
So I think once I calmed down from the major headline, I think I realized that the Nets really lost a lot of depth. They lost pretty much what made their team sweaty, and that was Levert and Allen, namely, and also Prince as well. He did cheeky threes. He was a big body. He would have been a guy that would have guarded LeBron for a couple positions here and there too. Losing Levert and Allen is like us losing Schroeder and Harrell. You know what I mean? They're like the depth of the bench. And Allen was the true center of the team. Now it's just DeAndre Jordan. I don't think he can do it full time anymore. So they pretty much have no center anymore. That guy can play 20 minutes max, but he can't play the whole game. So they pretty much don't have a center for half a game. So I'm confused about that too. That means they're really putting all their eggs into the big threes basket. Like it has to be Harden, Kyrie, KD the whole game, every game. They have no more depth, in my opinion. Maybe Cheeky Harris for some threes, but that's about it. Spencer Dinwiddie's cool, but he's injured, so he's not actually playing this. He's out for the whole year, right? He's not playing until next season at least.
He's done.
See, so for this season, like they have no depth. Like they have zero.
Well, they have Shamet as well. You got to remember.
Yeah, right. Shamet, like
he's pretty good off. He's pretty deep. That's like their very far down option. He's a dope shooter.
It's literally Shamet and Harris, right? Because I don't think Harris starts. It's literally Shamet and Harris in the bench, and that's it. That's not good enough to beat the Lakers.
They lost Levert. I mean, if they had Dinwiddie, this would be a complete. If they kept Dinwiddie healthy, this would have been a different thing. But here's the thing, bro.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think a little bit differently too. I don't think they lost that much. I think Jarrett Allen is a huge loss, more than Levert. Levert was underperforming.
Anyway. I think both huge losses.
But this whole thing, I lost so much, if not all, respect. I wasn't a fan to begin with, even before all of this. Throughout his years, I lost all respect for James Harden. Throughout this whole process, I have never seen such childish behavior and just throwing a tantrum, throwing his team, the organization under the bus. Obviously, we don't know the inside beef. We don't know the details. All we know is what we know. And what we know is James Harden is a massive heel right now. If you're a wrestling fan, you know. He is such a bad guy right now, bro.
I don't like
I get that the NBA is a business and all that, but business, in my opinion, is all about making win-win decisions. Bro, you threw your team so far under the bus. You thrashed your trade value by coming in here looking like Rick Ross and not even trying on the court as well. You had your 44 and 17 to begin, and then you just dipped. Nothing else. You gave up on your team. You destroyed your trade value. And the Brooklyn Nets were like, all right, guess we can keep this one. Guess we can keep this one. And then there were just no offerings for you. So, and you put the Houston Rockets in a very desperate decision. So they pulled the trigger on the first thing they saw. You know, the least you could have done is left your team with a half decent.
I don't respect the fact that, he, went and partied with little baby instead of going to training camp, going to COVID protocols.
All that stuff.
2 weeks. Right. But the thing I don't understand is why would you come into the season out of shape if you want to be traded?
I don't know why
you at least want to be in shape for yourself, right? Like, okay, so now you're traded into the Nets, but you're overweight. You're not in shape. You're not ready. You're not ready to contend right now. Now you have to work your way into shape, which will waste half a season doing so. And now you're not just working on chemistry. You're working on yourself first. He L'd himself by doing this. And I get that he dropped 44. But still, I mean, I don't get how a top 5 player in the league, and it's up to debate for you if you think he's top 5 or not, but let's say he's top 5, top 10 at least, 100%. How are you not in shape? How are you not in peak physical condition, ready to go, getting into a better shape every single year? If you're that good and that talented, why aren't you doing that with yourself? Why would you let yourself go to that extent?
I think it's because it's a players' league, bro. Unfortunately, they dictate the league, and they've taken advantage of it more times than not. We've seen what's happened with Kyrie. Kyrie Irving is back on his bullish. I actually wrote that down. He's back on his bullish. The man has gone AWOL.
I think this trade was done in case Kyrie just is gone. You know what I mean? I think this is now the KD and Harden show, but now Kyrie has to fit in with them two, not Harden fit in with Kyrie. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
And Kyrie is third fiddle. I don't care. He's third fiddle. And my issue is Kyrie's been taking more shots than he should be. He's taking more than KD, which is not okay, right? So now what's going to happen when an even more dominant player than the both of them shows up? Now it's are you going to still hog? Because Harden's not going to like it if Kyrie still hogs.
Nope.
And Kyrie's not going to like it when Harden hogs. But the reality is KD should be the one hogging. But I don't know. I don't get KD's personality. He just fullbacks
Bro,
and lets that happen. It's weird.
No. See, the thing with KD is we can say all we want about the person, the person and his social media stuff and burner accounts and joining the Warriors. On the court, KD is the man. KD
but he should be demanding
man
more shots. That's what I'm saying.
No. He's a great teammate.
But I think he's allowed, because he's so good of a teammate that he's allowed to go, yo, I should be shooting more than you. You can't.
And maybe he will. And maybe he will.
I don't know, man. If KD shoots the most shots out of those three, then they're going to be a dangerous team. But if we start seeing that buzz where like 20, 15, and the 15 is KD,
Well, put it this way, right? Put it this way, is history will repeat itself because it's reared its ugly head for Kyrie recently with all his antics and going AWOL and attending a conference call during a game while the Nets are playing, partying at his sister's birthday or whatever. It's like, bro, what other excuse do you have left? You didn't want to be in the Cavs. You didn't want to be in Boston. You want to be in the Nets. You chose to come to the Nets.
And you finessed KD with you. You finessed that man not to go to the Garden, to come to Brooklyn instead. That was all Kyrie.
Look, the thing is, I really think if the Nets could, they would have taken KD without Kyrie, and vice versa.
But they couldn't.
They couldn't. It's a package deal. Yeah. Package deal, unfortunately. So
we agree. They only got Kyrie because he was a part of the package deal. Exactly. You're right.
Yeah, and then you have Harden with his tantrum attitude, his toxic attitude. He drove away all the point guards. He drove away Howard. He's driven away so many people who've all benefited after him.
Chris Paul is like a genius player, and they clashed very badly. So instead, he got one of his best friends, Westbrook, and Westbrook was done with that. See, no matter how much people like to talk trash about my man's Westbrook, Westbrook is a professional, dog. He does his job. Harden,
good teammate, yeah. Harden, exactly. So you put these two together on the court. I used to think that even KD on the court with them, it's like they're all emotional. It's like, no, KD is actually the most reliable one. He's going to handle his business on the court. These other two players, they're going to get work and personal life mixed up. That's the thing that we forget, bro. And that's the thing that also I have a problem with Harden and Kyrie. We forget, this is work, bro. This is their job. This is a form of employment. Mm-hmm. What would happen if you if you didn't show up to your job because you just didn't want to?
Get fired.
Fired. If you broke rules that they set for you, fired. You're getting not
respecting it, like not respecting the rules. You know what I mean?
Not respecting your manager, in this case, Steve Nash, your coach, bro. What is it's going to their head? It's a player-dominated league, and that's very unfortunate, right? And I don't know if Adam Silver made that happen, but it's very unfortunate that these dudes have just taken control. Rest his soul, man. David Stern would never have let this kind of stuff happen. Never in a million years, bro. I used to get mad at how people dressed, let alone skipping games.
Let's address the elephant in the room. Can they beat the Lakers?
No. Unless they
it's become a three-man team pretty much. It pretty much depends on how well can the Lakers defend those three. And I think
Harris has been shooting the lights out, bro. He's been so good from three. He's been so good from three.
All right, that's fine. Insane, but let's face it. Come playoff time, the reality is it's a three-man band.
Yep.
Versus LeBron and AD and the rest of the Lakers, right? And I was supporting
Championship DNA.
I think AD will be on KD, so that's the only person in the league that can properly slow him down. Yep. LeBron will bully Harden as per usual.
Yep.
And then I think it's down to KCP, Alex Caruso, Dennis Schroeder. Even Morris or something. Everyone has to pitch
take out Kyrie down. Yeah. If he's still in the team.
Exactly. That's if Kyrie's even playing. You know what I mean? Because that man is skipping school like a kid.
He's wagging. They're all children, bro. These kids ain't got nothing on a man's game like LeBron's game. It's not going to happen. Too mentally strong, too headstrong.
This is what they got to do to knock off the king, unfortunately. This is what they got to resort to. Everyone's going to the East.
Everyone's going to the East, bro.
Should I sing it? Should I risk a copyright claim?
Do it. We can catch our first body.
Asking me about why LeBron's not here right now.
What's the young king part?
Spending all my days on the east side of. And then young king trying to get his 5th ring right now.
That part was honestly you got in my head with that one. Yeah, bro, I don't think so.
Get his 5th ring right now. Everyone down to the east. That's fine. Make the West easier. LeBron proved his point last year. Gentlemen swept the West, so LeBron proved his point.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, the Nets, right? This is it. Championship or bust.
And what about So what about the East now? Is it just is it penned in, not even penciled in? Finals. Is it a wrap for Philly? Is it a wrap for the Bucks? Is it a wrap for the Celtics?
Yeah, probably.
And that's not their fault. That's too much firepower.
Giannis ain't gonna do it on his own. Miami Heat can't take this. Maybe the Miami Heat can figure something out. They don't look as good as they did last year. Mm-hmm. They lost a big shooter in Jay Crowder.
I think Embiid, because they don't have a true center. DeAndre Jordan ain't stopping Embiid.
Embiid can probably eat them alive in the paint, but you got a point.
As of the Harden trade day, Embiid is probably the only player in the East that could maybe have something to say about.
Well, your point guard doesn't shoot. So I mean, to be honest, the Sixers are looking okay. Seth Curry is shooting the lights out. Tobias, he's looking about the same. I think he's done. To be honest, I might write Tobias off. If Danny Green, we
don't have a lot of time left, so let's wrap this up. I'm just gonna say this real quick. LeBron played a game today, did not look phased at all. Destroyed the Thunder. He is shooting lights out, wetter than ever. He's being as confident as ever. I love it.
Never ever seen it.
He ain't phased one bit. He going for ring number 5.
Yep. And there you go.
And James Harden, shame on you. KD, Kyrie, shame on you. And I'd love to watch LeBron beat you guys so I can just laugh. Ha ha.
Well, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever's down below. This is our
My jerseys are expiring on me, brother.
Go burn it after this.
My jerseys are expiring.
This is episode 38 of the Locked Up Podcast. We got a below 20, fam. See you next time. Peace.